This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 95, November 28th, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Pierstorff and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's program is brought to you by Skillshare. For a limited time, get 3 months of Skillshare Premium for just 99 cents. Anyone can take an online class, watch video lessons, and create projects. Over 4,000 premium classes. Go to coolphototools.com/Skillshare for your discount code. That's coolphototools.com/Skillshare. Good morning, cool heads. Welcome to this exciting, adventure-filled episode of Cool Photo Tools, where we take the extraordinary photography gear that's available every week and turn it into something more personalized and accessible. My name is Jay Pierstorff, and in the back is Rhonda Spencer, photographer extraordinaire.
One word, wow. That was quite an intro.
I was just making it up as I went along.
That was wonderful, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, well.
Good.
Say, did anybody send you those headphones yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
I'll put them in the show notes again. Rhonda wants some new headphones for Christmas, so she's hoping one of our Patreons will donate, because she really can't hear.
Oh, I can hear just fine.
I've got the headphones. They're just to hold her head on. They don't actually work.
These just aren't styling enough.
Well, that's true. They're not. They're not really that, are they? So I see you got stuff on your screen.
I do.
You want to start this morning?
I don't care.
You always say that, so you go ahead.
All right. So this has kind of been in the news and looks like something that might be quite interesting. Okay, pronounce it, Jay.
Loupedeck.
Loupedeck?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought so, but I wasn't going to say so.
Loupedeck.
So?
What is Loupedeck?
Loupedeck is a game changer, a revolution.
What game would that be?
Plug and go console device so that it's for using your Lightroom software. Now, I wondered on this, is this also working on Photoshop? It seems that it would.
I think it can be programmed to work on anything.
But they're touting it.
But let's tell people that are listening on iTunes and your favorite podcatcher that doesn't have video, we're also on YouTube, by the way, what this looks like. And this is pretty neat. This is
very neat.
A gray, how big is this thing?
It looks like about the size almost of what your keyboard would be for your computer. Maybe a little bit smaller.
All right. So maybe the keyboard on your laptop or something like that. And it's flat. It has switches on it. It's gray and dark gray. It's very attractive. It's got a dial on it. It's got a bunch of dials
for everything.
Dials and switches. It's
yes.
it's
exposure, clarity,
analog controls for
contrast,
your Photoshop or Lightroom.
You know, shadows, highlights, whites. It'd be nothing better than just to play with this thing to see how it works.
I love analog controls, so I'm a player. How much is it?
What are they touting? I think they're touting it at right around $300.
Oh, I was hoping it's like $50.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay. Well, even then, $300. Certainly, if you were a professional, if they build this thing, solidly and attractively and nice,
yes,
it would. It would be well worth the money.
It looks like it would definitely take a lot of.
Now, is this available now, or is this a Kickstarter?
I think it's already been funded. So.
Okay. But we're still waiting for it to be built. And shipped.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I wanted to see if I can see.
It's got nice aluminum edges on it. Large dial.
I'm looking to see if I can see what size it is.
Here, no, it doesn't say it, does it?
No,
it's not very big.
Oh, here, dimensions, right there.
Oh,
there we go.
Dimensions.
There we go. So 15.7. So yeah, it's about the size of.
All right. So that would be
by
nice.
6. Yeah.
This would be cool.
I think it would.
Loupedeck.
Loupedeck.
And is it? Would they have a website that we can go to and order this?
All right, you're always having me come back out. This is actually loupedeck.com. There you go.
Loupedeck.com.
Yeah.
And we will link to this stuff in the show notes.
I think this would be a cool thing to have, though, don't you?
I do. Well, I'm in. I'm going to get me one.
Okay, there's Jay's Christmas present. Yeah. I want a pair of headphones.
Yeah, Loupedeck. And one of those Microsoft, the $3,000 Surface ones.
You like that too?
Yeah, as long as we're getting stuff. Let's just get that one.
As long as we're hitting up Santa.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, did you see this?
What?
This is from our friends at Petapixel, and this is an article on by Jake Hicks, and it's on how to create foreground bokeh with water drops on glass. And, bokeh is that out of focus effect, that it's not really out of focus. The thing that's different between bokeh is that they make these kind of these floating transparent circles in your image, but the circles are the same shape as the aperture or the f-stop in your lens. So here we've got these floating bokeh circles, and he did this by putting a piece of glass, in front of the model or in front of the camera and the model, and then putting some water drops on it. And you can mix the water with what is that stuff?
Baby oil?
Brain freeze. No, it's here. I'll look it up here.
Glycerin?
Glycerin. Thank you. Gosh, I can't think of glycerin. I use glycerin every day. No, I don't. I never use glycerin for anything. Anyway, it's you mix it with glycerin, and then it's kind of like thick water that doesn't evaporate. But now here's, so this is a nice effect. And he goes through a lot of detail explaining how wonderful it is and how to do it, which, I really appreciate this. He's got all the stuff, hand sprayer, and I'll link to this in the show notes so you can take a look at the images. Some nice images here. But then down in the comments, this is where the gold is in this article. K.O. Sweeber said, I did this at a crowded holiday party by holding sparkly pipe cleaners from the table centerpieces in front of my lens. And she shows a picture here. And wow, it's just about the same effect.
It is.
And it was a heck of a lot easier. I'm going to try that.
I was going to say, and probably a heck of a lot cheaper.
Well, and I don't know what would be cheaper. Well, you have glass and glycerin, but this would be something you could put in your pocket or your camera bag. Just hold some sparkly pipe cleaners from the table centerpiece, or just get some sparkly pipe cleaners from Amazon. Wow, is that funny? Yeah, and look, it looks very good.
It does.
Yeah, so, okay, it's like, whoa. All right. Okay. Back to you, Rhonda.
Okay. So, and again, I do terrible with these names. So, Kaipon?
K-I-P-O-N.
Launches.
Kaipon.
An EF to Sony E adapter. So, for you people with your Canon lenses that you want to go over to a Sony E, and it comes with a built-in variable ND filter.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, I thought this ND filter was very interesting. So, like, you're wanting to put your Canon lens on that little Sony camera that you have. Here's your adapter. And then you can just dial up.
Well, okay, so these variable neutral density filters are actually two polarizers, which, they rotate against each other. So, and they work pretty well, but, they probably are more useful for video work. I'm thinking that's really who this is aimed at.
You think?
Yeah, although it would work with it still. Is this manual only, or do they have, scroll back down, let me see if there's any,
wait.
I don't see any little electrical connectors in there. So this is going to be a manual. I can't tell. What does it say? Does this keep the, does this keep all the connections talking from the lens to the camera? Does
Hold on.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Retains autofocus and image stabilization.
All right. My next question is, how much?
Oh.
Because there's a bunch of different companies that make these. Now, not with the neutral density filter. That is kind of unique.
That is unique.
There's Metabones and there's Comlight, and there's a bunch of companies that allow you to adapt a Canon EF lens onto a Sony E-mount body.
And it doesn't look like it's that big. It just has the little.
Well, you've got room because you're taking a lens that's designed for a mirrored camera and putting it on a mirrorless body. So there's a lot of space to do stuff in between. So.
Suggested retail price $430.
Ow.
Well, if you want, do you want something that you can put?
Ouch.
Do you want something that you would be able to put your Canon lenses on that Sony camera?
I already have that.
And retain autofocus?
I already have that.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have the built-in neutral density filter. How many neutral density filters could I buy for all my lenses for $490?
Probably a few, but I like
or
this.
Or just a neutral density. I'll go to Stingray and just buy a variable neutral density filter.
I thought this was
for the front of the
cool.
lens, and maybe some step-down rings. See, I'm not feeling this.
Well, I'm thinking it's a pretty good thing.
Well, Okay, you got one ordered?
No, because I don't have a Sony camera. You do.
This would be completely useless for you.
It would.
Well, don't get me that for Christmas. I don't want that.
He's holding out for his new touch screen computer.
Yeah, give me that Surface, the Surface Pro
Yeah.
with the foldable display. Okay, well, heck, Rhonda, that was just kind of
No, it wasn't.
just had my hopes up, and then you just dashed them to the curb with a $500 price mark.
Well, I know. Well, hopefully prices will come down. There's a lot of things that are pretty costly. Well, we know that. Once you put it on a camera, it can become very costly.
Well, here's something that doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
And this is from our friends at Petapixel. They have an article by D.L. Cade on 13 popular photography portfolio sites ranked from the best to the most frustrating, right? So I'm going to go for the most frustrating because that's what I do. Interesting list here. The folks, they're kind of consolidating this from people at Wise Buyer. Talked to over 800 real-life subscribers to 13 popular photography portfolio builders. And this is just for, photography building website stuff. Anyway, so they said, best to worst, who's your favorite, who's your most hated? And then the number one was Format.com. 22 slides was second. SmugMug was third. And then it goes all the way down to...
Are they thinking SmugMug is confusing?
Well, they were saying they had problems or they weren't as happy. They didn't say it was confusing necessarily. It was like maybe didn't do what they want or it was hard to change or... I'll link to this
curve.
So you can go and take a look at all this. Which one do you use?
I use SmugMug.
Do you use SmugMug? Yeah, see, I use WordPress, and I make my own. I used to use Zenfolio years ago, but I thought, at one point I thought I wanted to do a blog, and it was really hard. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here, So it wasn't really set up for that, in all fairness. Anyway, so I'll link to this in the show notes, and if you're thinking about building a portfolio type website, you can maybe take a look at this and get some ideas of which way to go. And as far as the satisfaction rating, Format was 95%. People were satisfied with the whole thing.
Who did they like the best?
That was it. Format.com, yeah. And at least on this chart, they're showing the worst one was Viewbook at 69% satisfaction rating. I've never heard of Viewbook, but there's a ton of these, so All right. All right, Rhonda. You're up.
Okay. For you people that are out there backpacking around and you need electricity, they've got...
well, if you need electricity, what are you backpacking for?
Well,
go home.
Come on.
Get out of the woods.
You got your computer, you got your camera, you want to download your stuff and look what you've done while you've been out.
That's why I never leave the house.
Well, true. This is called Plug. And it is an
It's a plug. And this is on Indiegogo?
Indiegogo. Has 2 plugs. It's solar powered. You can charge your phones while you're out.
You have to be out in the sun for this?
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that we have in abundance here. We do have a lot of sun.
Well, I know we don't stand out in it, though.
Oh, we try not to. But has 2 plugs in it. Plug your cell phone in. Plug your computer in.
There's kind of a lot of these type of products that photographers use to power their studio lights in the wild. And I suppose you could do that with this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are we looking at price-wise for this, Rhonda?
$235. I think once it goes full out, it's going to be more.
Okay. And this looks like there's some variations where you can add solar panels.
Right.
All right.
So
this is Indiegogo, and is it fully funded and ready to roll?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, there you are.
Yeah, I thought it doesn't look like it's too terribly big. But if you're going to be out in the boonies, I know certain of my friends that go out and they're gone for 2-3 weeks. This would be perfect for them, where you don't have any electricity.
You're saying you don't care if they come back?
Well, this way they can keep their phone charged, and if they need to call for help, it's a good one.
Misunderstood.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, fine. So in my cruising through Petapixel's website of amazing things, I discovered a product called Photolemur. Photolemur, Fotolemur. No actual lemurs were harmed in the creation of this software.
That's good.
It uses artificial intelligence to auto-enhance any photo with zero input. And what that means to you is that Photo Lemur just takes a look at your picture and goes, oh, I know how to fix this, and then goes ahead and does it.
Is that good?
Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's not going to put Adobe Photoshop out of business yet, but certainly I think this would be good for. You could build this into phones if they don't have something already. Camera phones have this already in. Just like auto contrast and auto exposure, would be a biggie to help most people. Mm-hmm. And so there's some examples on here. We'll link to this in the show notes. Here's before and examples of photos that have been enhanced with Photo Lemur. You can see before. This one is overexposed. Now I'm thinking, how'd you get that overexposed like that? Because you probably didn't do that with your camera phone because it probably figured it out. Mm-hmm. So it's like, these are probably people that have an adjustable camera and don't know how to use manual and would maybe benefit the most from this. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know that this is a real product yet that they're
or it may never be a real product.
Oh, it probably will be a real product. But you can there's a free beta version out right now if you want to try it. It's just released for the Mac. Windows is set for later. They haven't given a specific date on that. So I'll link to that in the show notes if you want to go directly to Photo Lemur and check out how it all comes about. It's at photolemur.com. PHOTOLEMUR.com. Rhonda.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Magic Lantern?
Oh, yes.
Have you? Mm-hmm. Have you ever used it on any of your cameras?
I never have, but I have heard of it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting. I know that they've done now where they've got the new software. These are for Canons, and they just did the new software upgrade for the Canon 5D Mark IV.
So what this does, and this is at magiclantern.com. Mm-hmm. So what this does is this goes in and replaces your firmware in the camera. It kind of it doesn't actually. I don't think that doesn't actually replace your entire firmware, or does it?
I don't think it does. Yeah. I think just adds a lot of extra stuff to your firmware.
Yeah, you add this to your SD card, and then when you put it in, it hijacks your operating system and runs Magic Lantern mm-hmm. on your camera, your Canon camera, instead of the software. And then in which case it adds functionality. It can add features that aren't normally there.
Yes, and quite a few of them actually.
Mm-hmm. I know people that use this, but I think these, again, are video people, really, really impressed with it. So, mm-hmm. And this is the price on this, Rhonda?
I do believe that it's a free firmware.
Yeah, it's open source. This is free.
This is free.
They do warn you, like, if you destroy your camera using this, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
But I think in reality, it's
been around a long time. Yeah.
And they do make new versions of it periodically.
They do.
And they tell you, don't use the latest and greatest one. Use the one back a couple bit just to make sure that all the bugs are out.
Right.
If you're doing anything important. Mm-hmm. And
like using your camera daily.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. A lot of different little things that they have. Yeah, I would be tempted.
Okay, well, download that, give it a try, and report back to us.
If it doesn't work, then it'd be that 5D Mark IV in my future, huh?
Yeah, this is Magic Lantern software, and it is just for Canons, I think. Well, because a lot of the other camera manufacturers haven't. It's been hard to hack into the operating system. They're not helping you. They're like, oh yes, this is how you do it. These guys just have to get around there and download the firmware and hack it around and try to see if they can make changes, or it's a pretty experimental deal.
Here's a question for you though. So if you did do this, could you, if you had saved your original firmware, reinstall your original firmware over the top and just, go back to where you were?
I think you just take the card out and put a different card in, and you go back to your original.
Back to your original.
I'll have to check this. I'm not sure. But I think there is a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely read, before you jump and do this, read all the stuff on this. Read how it's done. Read what the risks are, and don't just blindly go ahead and do this. And then, and if you destroy your camera, my email is Rhonda Spencer. Now, you won't destroy your camera, but be careful, because it is a little technical, but, and especially if you're doing video with like the Canon, the 5Ds, I think there's some pretty cool stuff in there for you. With
Oh,
this.
yeah. They've got all sorts of stuff in here. That's why I said when I started looking at it, I was like, wow, that's pretty doggone cool. You know?
So do you have an instant camera?
No,
You don't have any way to take instant pictures?
my cell phone.
Yeah, but to print them out.
No.
Okay, well, funny you should ask.
Did I ask? Oh, yes. I'm asking, Jay.
Well, you know, Polaroid went out of business.
Yes.
You know how that pains me. I bring it up
I
every
know.
episode, and I talk about,
I know.
I miss Polaroid. you
It was
know.
a part of your heart.
Yeah, well, but a lot of people do. A lot of people miss Polaroid. And in fact, when Polaroid went out of business, their last film manufacturing company was bought by a company, created company called the Impossible Project, and they are remanufacturing film for like the Polaroid Type 600 cameras, and they've been doing this for a while. And I haven't looked in on them a while, but you know they got some wacky stuff. They've kind of like where Polaroid left off, and we have continued on. So if you go to the Impossible Project's website, you can get this stuff on Amazon too. If you've got a camera that shoots the old Type 600 film, which you could buy at the flea market, or they do make a new one that uses this as well. Look at some of these cool, those of you on our YouTube video, look at some of these cool films that you can get now. These were way different than back in the day. You know, when we had the old SX70, you had the one choice. You had color, and it was square. And that's all you could do, and it had a white frame around it. That was it. Now you can buy them that has a black frame or different color frames around, some assorted.
I like the
and
black
here, look at
frames.
this one. It's got a round frame. The picture area is round, you know, like that. And there's black and white. We never had black and white for the old SX70. You can do black and white on those instant picture cameras. These are the ones with just, you know, the film spits out the front, and you just sit there and you watch it, and it just develops before your eyes. You don't have to shake it, but a lot of people feel better if they do. And look at these. These are duochromes, black and orange, you know, black and
Pretty
red.
cool looking.
Yeah, and here's it has a gold frame and a silver frame. There's just all kinds of variations on this crazy stuff. And here's my favorite for experimenters, the expired film 3-pack. You get a cheap deal on these, and they send you 3 films that are expired or are about to expire, and they will work with various qualities.
How
You know,
funny
so-
is that?
Yeah, so that's I thought that was kind of
How
fun.
much do they run?
About 3 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
No, they the bundles are like $45. I think now, let's see, they used to be 10, you know, back in the day, but now I
Right.
think they're 8 with the Impossible Project. There's like 8 exposures in each pack, and a single pack can be like $25. And this expired film pack, which you get 3 various kinds, is about $37.
I find
for
it
the 3
so funny
packs.
that we've gone back to the Instamatic type cameras again.
Now, see, you're using that word wrong.
Oh, not Instamatic. What do you call them?
Instamatic was a trademark from Kodak.
Okay.
And that referred to like the 126 film cameras, you know, and people did this all the time. It was a nutty name because it wasn't Instamatic. You still had to send the film in and get developed.
Yeah.
But they were talking about, oh, it's so easy to take a picture. You know, all I have to do is press the button and put the flash cube on, and it's Instamatic. So people thought, oh, that means an instant picture. And so they kept calling Polaroid Instamatic. So you just did it for me.
Well, I know.
You just proved.
It's how we all used to think about it, though. You didn't say a Polaroid.
And people, see, I used to work in the camera department at Kmart when I was young. You know,
That's why you
like
were
right
more-
out of high school. And people would come in there and they'd say, I need some Polaroid film. Great. What kind of Polaroid do you have? And they didn't know. They'd think about it a minute and they go, it's a land camera.
I remember those.
You mean
Which land
you
camera?
mean Dr. Edwin Land that developed Polaroid cameras? They're all land cameras. That doesn't really help me. Do you peel it apart or does it spit out the front?
Those were fun cameras, though, back then. That was in the day.
I don't see the skills you had to have to work a camera counter were pretty exciting. You know, it's
I say,
not just for the average
the
schmuck.
questions you had to ask them.
I know it was like, let's play 20 questions. What kind of film do you need?
Don't you find it funny, though, that we've gone back to that?
Back to what?
Back to where we've got a camera that's spitting out a picture, you know?
Well, clearly,
Really
you know,
a
okay.
basic kind of
Are you
just...
going to make me talk about this, aren't you?
Okay, go ahead.
So this seems to be, now see, this is an old person would know this. Young people don't know this. But there is a situation that companies often get in where they expand too fast and they run out of money. And they start thinking, wow, you know, all of a sudden sales have fallen. Our business has totally disappeared, and they go out of business. but it was just a downturn, in the economy, or something caused a temporary downturn. And then business isn't gone; it comes back. It doesn't maybe not reach the same high level, but this happened, remember the Atari video games?
Yeah.
And they went out of business, and then Nintendo ate their lunch. Nintendo went, no, there is still a market for video games. We'll make them, and they made a fortune. And Atari is gone.
Yeah.
So and same thing with Polaroid. They made some bad business decisions. They went out of business, and stopped production of instant cameras. And here's other companies like Fuji and Impossible are like, no, people still want instant pictures.
They do.
You screwed up, but that business model is not gone. You just didn't do it right.
Well, especially the younger people never saw this before. This is new.
Yeah, well, and
we've all seen
some
it.
of this is new to me too. I was just showing you some of those.
Well, that's true.
Those different
We have
film types.
a lot of different types now, but it's interesting.
Isn't it?
It's come around, yeah.
All right. So what's on your screen, Rhonda?
Oh, I must really long to go out into the woods or something. Have you noticed that?
I think you should go.
Yeah.
Go now.
Okay. I see. Here is a solar backpack for those people that are going off grid.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What would you do with this?
Charge everything that you have if you didn't want to carry one of those little chargers I was just talking about. So
this is a backpack.
this is a backpack.
And it's got solar cells on it.
It does.
So does this require you to lie face down in the mud to charge your various devices so that the solar cells can see the sun?
I'm thinking you're just hiking around and it's supposed to pick up.
Oh, all right.
So
And where do we get these?
This is from wish I could say it. Solar Sphere. Yeah.
Okay, how do you spell that?
It is SPHEIAL solar.com. So 200, well, it's about
I'll put a link in the show
This
notes.
is about as expensive as a good backpack is,
Yeah. And it's got solar cells on it.
solar cells on it.
So you can charge like your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to probably charge
Yeah.
anything substantial with it, but your phone, your iPod,
Yeah.
something, I don't know, maybe camera batteries, I don't know.
Camera batteries would be good. Yeah. For those people when you're out, like I said, I think I have a lot of friends that actually go out to the woods. Maybe that's why I'm always thinking about this, because they go out into where there is no power for long periods of time. And this would be good. Just saying.
Maybe they go out there so they don't have power.
They do because they like to get off
the
grid. Yeah, they do.
So they wouldn't take this anyway.
But no, because you still need a cell phone. Even when you go off grid anymore, you need a cell phone if something happens. If you get caught out there and you need help, you need your phone.
And that's why you went out there, so you could get caught.
Hopefully not.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Jay doesn't go off grid.
No, I don't.
He's always here.
I'm wired.
He's here.
I'm wired up. Mm-hmm. So this website that I'm going to show you next
Okay.
is one that I discovered the other day when it was sold. Somebody bought it, but I hadn't. I think it was AT&T. But I hadn't seen this before, and this is pretty cool. This is called the Wirecutter. And this is at wirecutter.com. Thewirecutter.com.
Okay, I'm interested.
Which is it? It's thewirecutter.com. And so the wirecutter.com helps you spend your money. And this is something that I struggle with because I have so much money, I don't know how to spend it. No, I don't. Serious.
He'd like
Especially
to.
now. After I found this website, I don't have any left. Anyway, so what they do is they show you the best of the best. They just, like this is the best stuff. And they research it and they read websites and they do all the legwork for you and find out what is the best thing that you're looking for. And they have pretty much all electronic stuff, but they have a camera section. And here's one on, headphones and networking. And then they also have another one called the Sweet Home where they talk about home products like LED light bulbs and waffle makers and stuff like that. So anyway, it's pretty interesting if you're shopping for something. You want to check and see which one you should get, other than just looking at the Amazon reviews. Go to thewirecutter.com and see. They have everything, but they've got a lot of stuff. And I don't know that I completely agree with their camera stuff. It's a little general, maybe not for the professional photographer. But I went and looked, I needed a new router for my network the other day, and they had a good suggestion for me, and I've been very happy with it. So
What did they suggest?
they've got, see right here, the networking. I can click on that, and
Let me see. Put it up on screen.
oh, it's on screen.
No, it's on screen. I'm
Well,
looking
that's
at you.
useless.
It's like what?
Okay, here. I thought we were on screen, but see, I don't know. I got too many screens. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at. Anyway, the wire cutter, this is it. This is the website here. And I just clicked on the networking, and it talks about, here's the best power line, and you kind of have to look down. The best Wi-Fi router for most people is the TP-Link Archer C7. And it even shows you the price on Amazon down here. And as you click on this, then it gives you a little more information about this. And it turns out, there was one down here that was down a little ways that Amazon had a great deal on, which was the Netgear R6400. And so I bought that one instead because it has a couple more features. And
Go back to the cable one.
are you looking for a new one?
No, but I was.
What cable one?
Go back a page.
I'll have to go back a page.
You have to go back a page.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
I just did.
Everybody just hang in there. We're
Hang in there,
shopping for Rhonda
yes,
right here at the moment.
We're going backwards.
Rhonda can't shop
okay,
on her
see,
own
it says
time.
best cable modem right there.
Oh, over here.
Yeah.
The Aris Surfboard SB. That's the one I have. See if you look right over the top there?
Yeah.
That's the exact model. Even have that color. But that was before, I discovered the wire cutter. Aris Surfboard SB 6141. Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if it's compatible with Comcast.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's what I have here. We are on Comcast here. Actually, pretty much any, these are generally compatible with any cable company. As whether you've got Cox or, you can check with your provider, but they're pretty much standard
And
these
what
days.
do they run?
$70 from Amazon.
Not bad.
Sometimes you can get them refurbished even less. So,
Not bad.
yeah. All right, Rhonda, you're up.
All right. So this saddens me, but it's good for Mac people. Luminar. It's a new photo editor
Yeah, I saw this.
that looks like it is pretty smoking, Supercharged photo
And-
software that makes complex editing easy and enjoyable.
Yeah, go ahead and
And it's only available for your Mac.
I'll make my plea in a minute.
All right. Well, switch it over so you can see it.
Okay.
There you go. Look at that.
Those of you on YouTube.
On YouTube, they're looking that you can see. Ready for some serious photo editing?
And
it
who
looks
isn't?
Like, it looks like it's pretty easy probably to negotiate, And pre-order right now for $59.
For all new users.
Yeah.
But you do have to have a Mac.
You do, and that's the sad part.
You've got to
It's
be
like,
Mac enabled.
come on, guys, let's get some of this stuff, this great new software for PCs.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's a good market. I think everybody's kind of been trying to get to this point.
Okay, switch back over to my screen.
Adobe needs a little competition,
They do.
and companies that could do it. Well, let's get on all the platforms here. Let's do whatever it takes, and especially if you've got a really good product here. And this is also
I thought this was really that's quite impressive right there, where you're replacing, and look at that.
yeah. See, that's
Like,
pretty cool.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I like that. So let's get going on this. Let's stop messing around. Let's make it for every platform.
That's it. That's the truth. We need something.
We do. We need, and Adobe needs a little encouragement to up their game a little too. So,
Well, this is affordable.
well, there's that, and it's a one-time purchase.
Yeah,
You don't have to rent
that's
it
the
every
truth.
month.
Yeah.
So, let's go.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, we're waiting. Tapping my foot right now. This is at MacFun Software.
Yeah, MacFun.
MacPhun. You guys could change your name to PC Fun too. You could have two websites. I'll help you out with that. Just give me a call. Need a second website. If that's what's holding you back, I can help you with that.
I like how, like here, let's go back on the other one. Back. It was saying that, like here, you've got 50 different presets,
Presets are good, but especially for beginners. They give you
Yeah.
some possible, well, even advanced. You get some ideas. You can get thinking about, maybe this way, more that way.
Yeah. Not happy with the look? Fine-tune presets. And they give you 50. That's pretty damn good. I'm impressed. I just wish that they'd switch it over and like I said, for us PC users, not just all Macs.
Well, we can hope.
We can hope.
Yep.
Sooner or later they will.
Yep, when they run out of money.
When they run out of money, that's right.
Oh, there's a big market over here on this side.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
It's not touched yet.
Yeah. Not so much, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what time it is.
Already?
Yeah.
Boy, we blew through that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we just fired through it, and I've still got a ton of stuff left to talk about, but we'll have to do it next week.
All right.
All right, everybody, have a great one, and we will see you next time.
We'll see ya.
Next bat channel, next bat time.
Getting closer to Christmas.
Something. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.